Opening a book expands the mind and opens the world to endless possibilities, but it's important for young people to feel represented in the books and stories they read. The New York Public Library has a new book list. It's called Vibrant Voices, and it celebrates the works of authors of color with stories about people of color. The librarians hope readers, we're talking children, teenagers, adults, as a family gathering, will get a glimpse into the lives of others and, of course, even recognize themselves on the pages. The goal is to promote discussion and expand understanding in the classroom and at home and in America. Welcome now to Shauntee Burns-Simpson, who is the New York Public Library's Associate Director of School Support and Outreach. Shauntee, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, reading. As a child, what did it mean to you?
Oh, reading has meant the world to me. It opened up so many possibilities, and it just opened up a whole new world, honestly.
Favorite book as a child?
Oh my goodness, that's such a hard question because I have so many. I love Corduroy. Then when I got into 7th grade, The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. There's just so many I can't pick.
Hey.
It's like having kids. You can't have a favorite.
That's right. Very well said. So let's talk about young readers and why it's so important to read books, to know there are many books out there by a diverse group of authors.
Yeah, well, we're really, really happy to have this new list that you pointed out, Vibrant Voices, because, again, we want to support the school community to make sure that we are having conversations happen between teachers and kids, parents, their kids. So this list will support that work.
Now, there are some places around the country that ban certain books. That sounds dangerous.
I mean, it's been happening for years that folks have challenged titles, but this is happening at an alarming rate. So this list is just right on time. Even though they're trying to take books off the shelves, we are fighting to make sure that these stories are being heard and promoted.
All right. Dream Street. Let's talk about that. Tell me who, what age group, what's it about?
Okay, so we have Dream Street by Trisha Elam Walker, and come get to know the many members of Dream Street. This devoted community demonstrates how unwavering support for each other can make all the difference in the joy, hope, and determination of the children growing up there. The artwork of this picture book is amazing and is something that you will read over and over again.
I love books like that. So you said picture books, so age group is about where for that?
I would say anywhere from 3K up to 1st grade.
All right, fantastic. Milo Imagines the World. Who wrote that?
Oh, yes, by Matt De La Pena. Again, this is also a picture book, and it tells the story of a young boy, Milo, as he rides the subway and learns that people's lives are always more complex than they may seem. And so since we are in New York City, I would say bring this on your next train ride with your child.
The family part of this is really important, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. These books, it's just a tool to have a teachable moment and discussion.
So the next one we have, Black Boy Joy, 17 stories celebrating Black boyhood. The editor, Kwame Mabalia. Tell me about that, because this is different when there are different stories. It's just not one full book.
Absolutely. So this title right here has 17 candid and uplifting narratives that depict the diverse lives of young Black boys. The offerings range from realistic to comedic, science fiction, but they all raise the consciousness and positivity of what it means to be a Black boy in today's society.
Well, let's talk about that, because there are a lot of Black boys who are afraid. I mean, we've had George Floyd, and we could just list so many others who've been killed. We know those killed by police. Black boys afraid to go out on the street sometimes, thinking they can't get a cab, like men as well. So how is this book so timely and so important?
Well, I will come to you not only from, as a librarian, but a mom of 2 Black boys. And so this is, these stories will let them know that they do matter, that it's not just for them to go outside and feel like they have a target on their back. But we also want them to see themselves in the things that they are reading, as well as feel like, okay, this story is just showing just an everyday life of how I live. So definitely, definitely an important story that I love to read it with my kids.
Oh, that's such, right there, says so much. Your next selection, America, My Love, America, My Heart.
Oh, yes. This is by Daria Peoples Riley. And in this book, children of color ask the tough questions about where they belong. And this thought-provoking ode to America. This, again, is a timely look at whether America really is a nation for all. This book is so poetic, and again, it's a conversation starter for your children, for families, classrooms, and the overall community.
The last choice, certainly people will recognize part of this title, The 1619 Project, Born on the Water. This is by Nicole Hannah-Jones and Renee Watson. I'm fascinated to hear about this version for children. Tell us.
Yes, so I mean, everyone has heard a lot about the 1619 Project, and this kid version, it chronicles the ramifications of slavery in America, all while illuminating the proud origin story of African ancestors before slavery began. Wow. This book is a must-read. It's definitely a must-read for all your caregivers, parents, teachers, and anyone who's working with young people.
So it's a mix you have there. I mean, this list, which I have here, how many books in total? 50 or something? Is that it?
Oh, yeah, and we have it broken up by kids, young adults, as well as adults. So again, we have titles to really encourage conversation. And I do want to promote that these titles should be read and discussed with all children of all ages, because when kids see each other themselves in books, it sends a positive message that they belong and matter. And it also is important for them to read about diverse people, cultures, and environments to increase their understanding and empathy.
I have to say, it would be important for people of other backgrounds to read these books too.
Absolutely. These titles are for everyone. So it's not just for Black children, children of color. These titles are for everyone to read. You're absolutely correct.
Okay, Shauntee Burns-Simpson, the outreach librarian from the New York Public Library. Your enthusiasm certainly adds to it for me. I got to say, that's what it's all about. And young girls, young boys, get out there and get a book. Thank you, Shauntee. We appreciate you sharing the books with us. If you'd like to see the library's whole list of vibrant voices by authors of color, go to our website, cbsnewyork.com.